let's going to go to the foundation of the market. So because when you feel lost, the first thing that you need to do is to go back to your foundation, right?
Hmm.
The foundation of the market, right, is open, low, high, close, open, high, low, close. This is how we trade. Why? Is the foundation because we are always trading a candle range. Right? We're always trading either a weekly candle, a daily candle, a 4-hour time frame candle, or a 15-minute time frame candle for scalping, right? So
Hmm.
if you know that every single candle in the market have a specific price action cycle, my question to you is, how will you use that in your advance? If you know that, again, these candles have no color, you don't know if this is a bullish or how, okay, how do you know that this is a bullish or bearish candle if it doesn't have any color?
Uh, I think it's bullish because the wick is larger on the bottom.
That can be the retracement of the bearish candle for reversal.
So there's no way to know,
There
I
is no
think.
way to know. That's the right. That's the so okay. That's the right way answer. There is no way to know. So, what is the only thing that it can tell us whether this is a bullish or a bearish candle? Knowing where
Uh,
the candle open and where the candle closes, right? Because if this is the opening price, then we know this is the closure and this is a bearish candle. It doesn't fucking matter the color. We have time. If this is the opening price, right? Then we say, well, this is a bearish candle because we open here and the closer level is lower than the opening price. But again, if the open is down here and the closure is above, then we know, well, this is a bullish candle. So you cannot know whether a candle is going to distribute to the upside or to the downside if you don't have the opening price. So that's why I say, how many times you have heard me say there is no price without time?
a lot.
So this is why I'm telling you this, because if you don't apply time to the market, where is the cycle of the price action? You don't know.
Hmm.
So now you have a baseline. You need to use time first and then price, right? So if this candle, open the candle here and manipulate into a PD array, right? And then closed above the opening price, we still don't know if this candle is going to go down or up, because a lot of times we have an opening price, we move down, the upper candle doesn't have a wick, we offer price above, and then we met. Because to be bearish, we need to offer price above the opening price. What it's actually telling you that this candle is going to be bullish is when the market comes to offer price below the opening price and give you a reversal to the upside. So this small time frame reversal is aligning with this opening price, so we're bullish. So then we can actually be a participant of the expansion, right? So if we are going to reveal the wick of the candle, we need to have a closure price. So we're going to retrace and we're going to close. This Atomic, this might seem really stupid. It might seem really simple for the wrong advertisement of trading is really hard, and it's really not. What happened with us is that we have been going through a lot of shitty information that we want to make it complicated. We don't know how to put the foundation, right? The execution and the patient to work in the same line. And we have been struggling with that in our beginnings, all of us. Some people still, others don't. But if you know that every single bullish candle is created like this, how will you use this into your advantage? You want to be an aggressive seller, an aggressive buyer here. If you have a previous candle, if you have a previous candle, PD array, you can be, and you are, for example, how do you know that this candle have 70% of probabilities that is going to go up after this one, after this candle closure, right?
Imbalance.
But why are you looking for buys? You can't. If you don't have narrative and you're looking for buys in this candle, you're gambling. You really don't know what the market is going to do, right? But then, if this is, look how the things change and how everything start to getting sense, right? I will show you. Because if you don't have narrative, you cannot trade. Narrative is more important than price. Way more important than price. So let's go into say that this is a bullish candle, right? Oh no, let's go into say that this is a bearish candle, right? Bearish candle. Well, I will have to change all this. Let me actually make a new candle here. Here, this is a bearish candle, right? And then this candle is going to is going to close it here, right? And then it's going to do this, right? So we have here a daily PD array. And then this candle is Monday. Right? So Monday just arrived into your PD array. Tuesday just raid Monday's low and close it above the opening price of Monday. right? The body, but then it is inside Monday's range, right? So this is an inside bar. So this inside bar is telling you the market is not willing to go down. Plus, we already know that every single candle is created with the open, low, high, close. So we just have the opening of the wick here. We are going down, and now we're here. Narrative, we have a bullish week. So if we have a bullish week and Tuesday made the reversal, we are going to be looking for expansion to the upside. So now we know that we are in the expansion phase of the market. So if we are going to expand to the upside, what every single day is going to do? Open low, high close. That's why you're looking for buys on Wednesday. That's why you are looking for buy on Wednesday, because the narrative of the weekly candle is telling you that already the low is formed. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Is this difficult for you to understand? If it is, tell me.
No, no.
Okay, if it's really simple to understand, why don't you apply this into the market? The thing is that also you spend too much time in low time frame, my dear brother. We only going to use low time frame for execution from 15 minutes to 1 minute, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute for execution. If you just sit down for a little bit and say, okay, let me look for the daily fair value gap. Let me wait for the market to get there. Or let me trade the opening price of the, again, in order to get here, we need to make a bearish candle. Monday, you can trade this. Open high, low close reversal. You can trade this. Monday. It go to your PDRA, you close. You're done. You're already winning in the week. Right? Then you are going to wait for Tuesday to take the low of Monday or fail to swing low. Right? So Tuesday distribution, you can actually be an aggressive trader here if you see the schedule, opening price, Asian session low. Mainly this is going to be accumulation. This is in the second candle, on the third candle is when you really want to see Asian low making the low of the day. So but in any of the cases, you capture the low Asian session or London session, unless it's going to be a protraction New York reversal. But Asian session or London session, we close above the opening price. We come back into an inefficiency. You can buy this, right? You can buy this. Then Wednesday, you're already buying. Then Wednesday, you are expecting a retracement. You're not freaking out because the market is going down, right? Because you know, well, some retracement need to happen. Let me allow the market to give me another buy signal. And in order for the market to give me a buy signal, I need to retrace. So you want to see the market retracing to an internal range liquidity inside this candle in low time frame, and then Asian session distributes. So this is your narrative. This is what, because again, we are marketing. We are marketing.
Atomic.
Atomic. We are always trading what we think. Don't you? Have you realized that? It doesn't matter how much you know
Yeah.
about the market. It doesn't matter how much the market tell you, I'm going to sell. If you want to buy, you will be looking for buys. And you will be trying to buy. Do you understand that? Because you
Yeah.
have gone through that experience lately. Market is telling you it's going to sell and you're buying. And the market is telling you I'm going to buy and you're selling. So if we know that it doesn't matter how much the market is going to show us that that the market is going to go to one place, then we are going to trade what we think, right? Why don't we get the narrative? Because what we think is narrative, right? What we think that what the market will do is the mental narrative that we have. If we get the narrative wrong, we are going to be looking to execute the market in the wrong way. So why don't we just get the narrative right with this? Because when you set your mind on this, and you already see Monday getting into a daily fair value gap, and then Tuesday making the first sign of bullish over any session, you will say, "Fuck, this is right." We close above the fair value gap. Now we are seeing a failure to swing low over Asian London. I'm going to buy this. And when the market start to get in profit, the only thing that you need to do is walk away from the charts. And if you're not going to add to your positions, just let the market run for 1, 2, 3 candles. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the only reason you got this right is not even because the market open high, low, close of the daily. Is because you already have a narrative, the right narrative for the week. And again, people, you see TT trades, you see I am trades, you see Tanda trades, you see all of these trade people. Just for example, the screenshot that you showed me, that's a candle, and the only thing that he's explaining there is open, high, low, close, like when the change in state delivery happened, how you get involved. But where is the explanation of how do you feel? How do you know this candle is going to be bullish? Because I have been myself in the position in the real market that we have opening price, we have an expansion, we have a smart money reversal, we come here, offer price above the opening price, and we melt. Because a lot of times the price action, the cycle is this one. We open price, we bearish overall, we offer price above the opening price, and we melt. A lot of times the market mainly never open and melt. It's going to manipulate. So how do in this case we open low, high, then we're waiting to buy, and then the market melts. What are you going to do? You're lost because you don't have narrative. You don't know where the price action cycle. I'm going to show you in. You got this right?
Mm.
Okay, great. So power of 3. Um, Monday. Right. 1 hour. Look at here, this day. We open here, and we didn't melt and then reverse. We manipulate to the upside, offer price below, and reverse, right? And then close for an indecision candle. Yeah, but why do you think I was looking for buys? Because the weekly,
Ch-
huh?
because Tuesday was the high. The weekly narrative is bearish expansion.
my man, right? We
TGIF.
Let me actually do this and put this one in a week and put the offset in 15. So 15, 15 is going to give it 25, right? Even though the low of the week is here, a Friday retracement was in my narrative. This is how important, this is how important narrative is. Even though we already make the low, or we already create the week, the lower week of this bullish candle, right? My narrative was right. We came all the way down here, and then to where? Because everything is to an inversion Fibonacci gap, right? We came back into an inversion Fibonacci gap. Then let me label it so you can see it. So this is your narrative, right? For our time frame inversion, right? Great. So you came back to your, if this is a bullish candle, a bullish range, right? Because we took this high, we are going to rebalance this range, and then we're going to move to the upside. So how do we know that this is the right moment to just look for buys? Friday, we are bullish overall. We offer price below, and then you can see already here fair value gaps being inverted. You see this sell to buy that have been traded to the upside, violated to the upside, because this is a breaker block. So this breaker block is not holding price. If you go to lower time frame, then you see more of a breaker block being respected to the upside. You have your first inversion here. So you see the market is moving. And then when you look at this, is the low of Asian session, right? So we're bullish overall. We offer price below, we close above, and then we start moving. Of course, in a really choppy way, in a really accumulative way, that now we don't know if we're going to melt down. There is a lot of things to see, right? But the schedule of the day is telling you, because we already mitigated an inversion for Billy Gavin for our time frame, and we are rejecting it from it. Then, and it's Friday, then we are thinking, okay, thank God it's Friday profile, right? We reverse Judah swing. That's why you need to look for narrative all the time. If you go back to 4-hour time frame or even to 1 hour, right? What do we have here? Daily open, fair value gap, and this is the last sell to buy candle. This is sells from the buy side. If this is the opening price of the market, move to the upside, and now we close below because we are power of three, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So now what? What is missing? Reaccumulation, rebalance, expansion. Because, and the only thing that is giving value to this second expansion is that we just came back to offer price above mid the opening of the, and we are rejecting that over what session? 9 a.m. Right? 6 a.m. candle rated 2 a.m. candle, right? Sell off. Here, 6 a.m. candle rated 2 a.m. candle. Then 10 a.m. made manipulation, and not even 10 a.m. 9:30 manipulate 6 a.m. and we reverse. This is a New York reversal, right? Here, this is 18:32. This is the PM say. This is Asian high, right? Here, 10 a.m. manipulation to the upside distribution. Here, 18:32 Asian session low, right? So the how many 4 hour time frame candle the daily have?
4, 8, 6,
6.
6.
6 times 4, 24, right?
Yeah.
So you are going to see the low or the high of the day sometime if the market is not accumulating over the second candle or the previous last candle, right? Daily open 18, 22 make the low of the day, and we expand, right? It's going to go back. Opening price, Asian high, second candle of the 4 hour time frame of the day, we expand, right? Opening price, well, this is just, this was, actually I sold this, but this is not, don't happen every day. First candle of the day is the opening price. We open with a gap, we move, right? But you see the aggressive move, right? The volatility is really, so we keep going. Expansion, as you can see, CBDR or Asian Open is the low of the day. Opening price here, this is a protraction New York inversion reversal, because New York came all the way down to take Asian low and move. Opening of the day also in Asian session. So what do you see here is that every single time we are expanding, we are going to make the low or the high of the session of the day during Asian Open. But then there are going to be profiles that are going to create the high of the low of the day during Asian low. So it's going to open, Asian is going to open, manipulate to the upside, make the low, and then reverse, right? So you need to be aware of the 4 hour candles. But then again, if we are going to go to low time frame, because this is what, again, this is what people are doing. They are taking people to the low time frame, 15 minutes or 5 minutes, right? And they are teaching only to trade in New York. Why? Because they live in the United States and they don't like to be awake the whole night, and they only want to trade in the morning when they wake up. What's happening here? A30 and 930 manipulates, right? Sorry, 930 and A30 fail to manipulate the market. Then 10 a.m. will manipulate and distribute, right? Let me actually delete all this. I think that I sent you something about this before. If A30 and 930 manipulate, 10 a.m. will distribute.
10 a.m. will distribute.
Right? Great. I like that. If if 930, if A30 don't manipulate, and then 930 is the one that make the manipulation, 10 a.m. is going to be straight distribution.
Straight up.
This is every single fucking day. Then here you can forget about. Oh, there is another one. There is another one when 930, 830, and 930 are okay. The 830 open, 930 continuation, 10 a.m. reversal. Right. So, what else do you need to know? I don't know. I don't. Again, 830 manipulate to the upside. 830, 930 failed to manipulate the market because it just accumulated. What do you think 10 a.m. is going to do? It's going to manipulate and distribute, and to manipulate to where? 730, which is pre-market open. 730 is pre-market open. 830 is just the market, the New York open, right? So if 930 failed to manipulate, then 10 a.m. will manipulate and distribute. It's really simple. There are strict rules to follow. The only way you can lose is if you don't, again, 730 open. Do you see any manipulation here? Over actually 830 and 930 open in the same level. So if you're accumulating and you need manipulation for continuation, 10 a.m. will manipulate and distribute the manipulation to the PM session to move to the upside. Right? So you want to be part of this. Allow the manipulation, trade the continuation of 10 a.m. when 930 and 830 are not manipulated. And in the meantime, this doesn't happen, you're taking your hands off. You're not in the market. But if you are already from Asian session and the market already offer price below the midnight open, then 2 a.m. at the 2 a.m. right is the second 4-hour time frame candle in the day. 2 a.m. This is the opening price of the 4-hour time frame candle, and you are for some reason here, right? There is no need for you to trade this. And again, 10 a.m. manipulate to a fair value gap, internal range liquidity. Then you see what the first sign of weakness, inversion fair value gap. First sign of weakness, inversion fair value gap. You want to see this inversion fair value gap being respected. You see respected there, it respected here, it respected here, it respected here. Then you have a fractal change in state of delivery. So if you already have a fractal, then PM session 13, we're bullish overall. We came to mitigate it, to manipulate to a fractal, and then we expand. Simple as that. So what you have to do now is say, okay, I have the daily schedule, right? When I am having distribution, when the high time frame is distributing to the upside or to the downside, I'm going to be looking the low of Asian session. If London session take the Asian low and take me out a break even, I'm not going to change my bias because I know that there is a possibility that London is going to be the low of the day, right? So let me see what London is going to bring. London didn't bring anything happy, then let me see what New York is going to bring. So you are going to be a restricted trader based on time. So now that you understand the daily, you say, okay, now I understand the low time frame for execution, right? So if I understand the day and I understand the daily profiles and I understand the daily schedule for price open, low, high, close, then the only thing that I need to do is just wait for the weekly to create the low so I can be a participant of the creation of the weekly body candle, right?
Just swing the week.
Yeah, man, swing the fucking week. I didn't believe it until I do it for the first time. Because it doesn't matter how many times I'm telling you that it's possible, you're only going to believe it until you do it. It doesn't matter if you do it on demo. It doesn't matter if you do it on live. Do it on demo first. My first weekly swing was in 2022. And I was like, fuck, this thing actually fucking worked. So then you start to gain confidence and trust in what you fucking know. Because this is your problem. You don't trust what you know. Because you have lost a lot, but you don't understand yet what you're losing. You're losing because you're getting desperate. You're not giving credit to what you know. You are giving credit to what you feel. That's what you're losing. So when you're going to fix that, it's up to you. I cannot fix it for you. You have a specific rules. You have a specific ways to build narrative. So when you're going to give credibility to that, when you're going to use that in the proper way, when you're going to stop being desperate. Because what happened is that every movement in the market means something. No. You're trading always from internal to external. When external is achieved, on the way to external, we created an imbalance. So now we're looking at internal. So you can trade from external to internal. And you already know that the only thing that the market do is that. So it's up to you. Let me actually close the session.